Greetings and hallucinations to my fellow FAF players. I just want to say a big thank you to all of you. Just tipped over 400 subscribers today. That is more than I ever thought I would get when I first started this endeavor. So thank you to all you guys and for promoting me everywhere and sending me replays and getting all this off the ground. Special thanks goes out to Calm for helping me with my settings, as well as too many people to mention for giving me feedback and submitting my first round of replays to get me started. So this has been a blast, and I plan to continue to do it for as long as I possibly can. I'm back from my weekend away, so hopefully from here on out I will do 1 or 2 casts per day, every day, 6 days a week. Alright, with that out of the way, I am doing a game today on Rumble in the Jungle. I have not seen this map before, so I do not know how it will play. And this is going to be an Average Joe's game. A couple of fairly high-rated players, but it does average out to around the 600 range. Teams, I'm actually not sure how the teams are arranged on this map. This is 3 versus 3. Top versus bottom. We're going to call this the Southern team. It is composed of Owen Halen something. I am going to call him or her Owen. Rash and Butek. On the northern team, we're going to have Merska, Dimwit, and Sun Tzu. I'm going to go ahead and bump this up, and we are going to see where the game takes us. Looks like a pretty good faction mix. It is, let's see, Sarah, Aeon, UEF for the north, and then Aeon, Cybrin, UEF for the south. Nice little mixture, and we'll get to see some plays. There is a large amount of reclaim in the center in these rocks, it looks like. And yes, they're pinging that for reclaim, and a decent number of mechs. This actually looks like a fairly aggressive map. There's going to be water here to hide an ACU in if you absolutely have to, but for the most part this is open with vulnerable mass extractors, so there will be scrambling. Some early aggression from the land players, which is kind of predictable on a map like this. They are going to be scurrying every which way, trying to get a handle on any exposed engineers. I think we're going to see one go down over here. There is an air scout out for Dimwit. He is the northern, I guess you could call this an air player. He is kind of in the back. So one air scout out for him, but really no other air. I'm surprised that we did not see a first bomber. This is a relatively small map, it looks like. 10k tops. That is the TML range. This might even be down closer to 5 or 6k. I'm not sure. This is an interesting little piece of map here because there is room to get all the way back around to the air player. And here we are seeing a pesky little mantis going back there and getting popped by the ACU. And we're finally going to see a bomber out for Butek. So far, it is just some sparring in the center. Sun Tzu has lost a bit of his expansion, laying down 2 T1 point defense. Nope, 1 and a fake till that is scouted. That looks like a point defense on the radar. And here we have a very roundabout attack. This is literally from one side of the map all the way to the other. That is a long and circuitous path. But that tank is going to sit on that hydro. Sun Tzu is actually in a bit of trouble here. This run by is causing him a great deal of grief. He has lost 2 home mexes, his power. That is going to cause him major issues. He's down to 5 mass income and living off the overflow of his teammates. We have T2 out for Owen. I'm not sure that we're seeing the full potential of this map here. I feel like there is a lot of possibility for really horrendous damage to be done in the T1 spam phase. This would be a nice choice to force the Mantis over and possibly get that ACU to stop its upgrade. That was quite impressive. That was 5 engineer kills for a single Aurora. That is going to give it a vet. Good for you, Aurora. Well done. Did not normally see Auroras living that long due to their low HP. I believe those engineers have to be dropped to get up that high. T2 point defense down. That is a handy dandy Sparky. I love those, and they are an underused unit by leaps and bounds. Engineer dropping over here on the upper plateau. That is going to be interesting to see what he does with that. I don't think it has been scouted. It has not. If he were to get up to Land Factory, that could be hilarious. Bit of action here in the center. This is a 2v1 on poor Rash, and this is almost looking like a base swap in a team game. We have Rash taking out Sun Tzu's base at the same time as Sun Tzu is taking out the entirety of Rash's base. Rash is now homeless, no income, nothing to be gained by staying there. His teammates trying to come in and save him with a gunship or two, but sadly it is pegged by all of the anti-air that is mixed into this group, and down will go. Yes, Mercy's coming in for Sun Tzu. If he can keep his AA in front of him, well, not his, if the air player can keep the AA in front, Mercies are no good. He now has stationary AA built. This is kind of odd. The air player not really building many interceptors. Sun Tzu stating that they need to kill an ACU fast, and I tend to agree. Sun Tzu is actually in a bit of a predicament here. He has a whopping 3 income from this lonely little mass extractor right here. That looks like a hoplite, yes. Slowly killing that T1 point defense. He does not have any engineers in his rear base, which is a major problem because his rear base was completely cleaned out. A good teammate would give you an engineer back here, but I don't think it looks like that's going to happen. Counter push here by Owen. He was able to knock out all 4 mass extractors here. There is a T2 point defense that's going to force him back, but the damage is done. That will knock Merska down a peg. Butek currently leading in eco. He is pushing 2.3k power and 46 mass. That is, I would have thought that was a good indicator of resource allocation, but I am mistaken. That is a triple T2 PGen along with some other things. And he has spotted these 2 Ilshevas coming around the back, like I had mentioned before. Oh. Sun Tzu, this is an excellent team support right here. Also kind of hilarious. Rash has gotten up 3 mass extractors right here and is very, very slowly reestablishing himself. Sun Tzu is still on his single mass extractor. Dimwit not taking any consideration. Simply picking up those mass extractors and using them for himself. And some more tanks from Butek wiping out this hydro and mass extractor yet again. This is really an interesting map with all of the different things that can be happening at the same time. Kaboom! There is a strap bomber. That is a horrid way to die. And unfortunately, Dimwit had all of his air over that ACU, and he lost almost all of it. He's down to 4 swift winds. Strap bomber is going to get popped. It was down to about 400 health, but the damage is done. Sun Tzu is dead, and in a 3v3, you really need those ACUs. Oh man, T2 gunship's cleaning up down here. That was not too bad of a hit right here. Rash immediately seizing the opportunity to move back up into his home base. They're pinging this exposed ACU. Dimwit definitely needs to get some defense around his commander. This is a dangerous situation. I don't think the Auroras could kill him, because if he does not have the gun upgrade, the Auroras will be able to fire from range, but now there are Obsidians in there, so that is probably going to work out okay. Too many mobile missile launchers. That is what that is. He built too many, cracked the base easily, and now he does not actually have enough combat units in his mix to be able to kill that exposed ACU. We got another strap bomber down here. Really not much assisting going on for that. Butek is balanced out right at 54 mass, but he has 2k in storage. It would be nice to see him push something offensive in the tactical sense of the word and go after another player, but looks like he's going in with gunships and a strap bomber. Don't think there's any way to save that. Swift winds coming in. There are so many interceptors there. He is going to dodge for all he's worth and try to kill off all of this air. Sees the strap bomber going after it with the swift winds. The interceptors pulling in and knocking out a lot of those swift winds while they were preoccupied. There are a couple of ASF out now. It's going to be harder to keep a hold of the skies with those swift winds, but for now it looks like he is secure. Tons of assistance on that factory. Dimwit is pulling more mass than Butek is. He's about to bottom out though. Looks like Merska has gotten a little happy with his commander. He's pushing T2 point defense creep, and he is almost to the point where he will be able to pound directly on Owen's front door. For now, at least, air control is at least loosely in the hands of Dimwit, of Dimwit. And T2 bomber snipe. The NASA comes in to save the day. A mixture of units, those T2 point defense, and Owen not wanting to give up that position and trying to defend with his commander. The little bit of air fire and the NOS coming in was enough to knock out that ACU. We're now down to 2 versus 2. I think this may favor the Norse slightly in eco and unit count, but this T3 air down here for Butek is getting more dangerous as time passes. Merska pushing a massive amount of eco, and he has gotten units inside. Oh, Butek is going to have to overcharge. Oh, that is mobile missile launchers. Again, I commented earlier on how the mobile missile launchers, there were too many mobile missile launchers and not enough combat units. There was really nothing to be worried about there. Gunships coming in, mop up the mess, and it looks like, yes, critical mass of ASF has been reached. The time of the swift winds is over. T3 air up for Dimwit, though. He is going to start his ASF spam, but it is a little too late. His air control is a little too gone. Butek was a little too right in pushing earlier T3 air. And air control is a little too gone. I think there may be a song in there somewhere. Oh, T3 power dipping below. Oh, under a quarter health, 900. He needs to kill those Ilshivas. And the last shot from the Zooey is going to kill that. NASA's coming in after, but it is too late. Butek has lost his T3 power. He is still floating slightly, but not by nearly enough. That is going to drastically slow down his air production. He is building tier 2 to try and get back on track. It looks like he does not have RAS yet. He did not get RAS. So that means that he is completely depending on these power generators. Finally pushing that T3. NASA's coming in again, killing off another T2 power. That is definitely going to complicate things for Dimwit. Not Dimwit. I am getting my players confused. Butek. He's got his T3 online though, so everything is fine. All fine. However, in all of that craziness, I think the ASF number has gotten closer to a match. Rash, in an epic exercise of reclaim and sheer willpower, has gotten to T3, gotten a brick and 3 loyalists on the field. So he will be able to hold his own against Dimwit's Harbingers. It is quite impressive considering he only has 3 mechs. Kudos to you, my good sir. You must be floating mass. That is impressive. Alright. Trying to figure out, he may have been getting some of that from Butek, but not anymore, I think. That is Reclaim. All hail the might of Reclaim. Harbies are fast and Loyalists are fast. We do have a SpeedRun run by here, dodging that NASA, but that's going to get him within range of the Harbingers. He needs to run if he's going to catch that T2 engineer. Hydro is going down, microing around another NASA shot. The Harbies have gone the other way. Gunships coming in to deal with the Loyalists, but not before it's going to kill that T2 mass extractor right there. Every little bit of damage you do is a good thing. Looks like Murska has the tac pack. He is knocking out these mechs as fast as he can go. Good choice on his part. Rash is now down. Well, the score actually says -0. I think that's a little broken. We're up to 7 now. That seems like a more correct number. Alright, this looks like a solid push from the Northern team. This could be the end. Gunships, Loyalists, and even a brick coming in to try and stop that, but since all of the units have been sent to the air player, that means that this base is going to go up in smoke. And I don't think there is any way that they're going to deny all of these Harbingers. That is a major problem. Flak accompanying them, helping to kill off all of these ASF and secure air superiority. We have a P-Gen going down. Fire being laid down on Butek. That is going to be a KO. Boom goes the dynamite. That was a very good game. White died early and he was throwing out the good game and thinking all was lost, but those two players stuck in it, sniped off the strongest member. Owen went down, and from then on it was just a roll. Excellent recovery by the Northern team. I must say the South did an exceptionally good job of raiding and harassing, but as far as overall gameplay goes, the Northern team worked as a team, and that is what you've got to do in Supreme Commander to win. Got to cover your teammates, cover your positions, reclaim, and roll. I'm going to zip through right here as we're watching this last ACU go down. 23,000 reclaim for Merska. There was 29 for Butek, 14 for Dimwit, Rash with 12. Owen definitely losing out on that one with a measly 47k, and 2,000 for Sun Tzu. King of reclaim right here. Merska saying interesting map. I do have to agree. This is a very interesting map. Lots of play possibilities. I can envision drops along here. As we saw, the proxy base, just really well-made map. I would enjoy a game on this, I think. Alrighty, guys, that is my first cast for the day. I was going to wrap it up for this one. If you have any replays that you want me to cast, leave them in the links below. You put them in the comments, message me on the forum or on the FAF client. They will get to me, and I will do my best to cast them. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching.